No, he can't. He can't regenerate right now.
Then I will. I don't care if I'm weakened actually. I want that. Then I will switch weapons to my crossbow since I can't reach him with the dagger from here. And I will spend an action point, and since I'm adjacent to Dahlia, that will recharge her shield.
Nice.
And then I will just fire a regular old magic weapon at him.
Go for it.
Actually, no. Yeah, I'll do that. Yes.
Nice.
So this will be quarter damage,
Yep.
but it's damage anyway, so 2 damage. And Dahlia gets the +1/+3 bonus until the end of my next turn.
Yeah.
And that will be all for me.
All right. All right. So it is Varsaath's turn. All right.
And he's way over there!
Yes, he is. Varsaath is going to use a minor action to... Varsaath calls out again for the shades to fall in to assist him.
No! This is bullshit!
And they appear here and here. Up there. And they will go at the... And they'll go at the end of the turn.
Oh, I've got to roll my save too. I made it.
Yay.
No longer weakened.
And then he will use his standard action to use his second wind.
Bullshit!
Yeah, well.
I hit him with the dagger and everything!
Yeah, he can't. He doesn't regenerate. He can still take a second wind if he has the ability, and he does. He's still bloodied though. And he's done. Dahlia, you are dazed.
I'm going to...
And he has +2 to his defenses because he's second winded.
Can't do shit from over here. I'm dazed, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I can't do shit.
You can take your second wind too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was going to take a second wind. And I'm no longer bloodied.
No longer bloodied.
Hooray!
That's my turn.
All right, the shades go. No, that's not. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
You still understand, Soraya?
He's just out of range of it. I've been waiting, I know.
He will lob a Shadow Lash at Derek.
I have resist necrotic, fuck him.
So you take 3.
That's in range.
Yep. Shoot him.
Bang!
Ah! That's too bad. He's actually gonna charge Dahlia. Actually, you were stopped outside of your range, but you would have got him when he charges. So.
Yeah.
All right. Varsaath's instinctive reaction turn. Who's in range?
Nobody.
All of you are.
Nobody.
Well, he's going to change it up to... he's going to go to Soraya.
Oh, good.
Terrifying gaze!
Yep, you might get me there.
Bam. So you stagger back in fear. You're dazed and have a -2 to attack him until end of your next turn. Coincidentally, it's your turn.
Yay! Fuck it, I'm just going to shoot the shade instead. I'll use Biting Swarm since I've +1 to hit with that.
Hey, there you go.
There you go, crit.
Oh,
Nice.
for you.
Arrgh!
Fuck you!
I regret nothing.
Except dying.
That
was pretty shitty.
Away you go.
All right. Derek, you're up.
Right. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Arr.
Let's back it up a bit. There. I will use a minor action to heal myself.
Okay.
So that's quarter of my hit point value plus 9, which is plus 14. 13 plus 9, 22, 33. No longer bloodied. And I will toss my dagger at him again.
Okay.
Magic weapon. Plus 1 to the hit.
Okay, you'll hit.
Wow. 7 damage. Wait, 8 damage.
Yep.
Why didn't that edit? Oh, because I got disconnected, that's why.
Ah, yeah. Yes, yes. Tachi in the chat just pointed out, it's a shame for you guys that the wolves are too tired to fight, but they're too tired to fight.
So yeah, 8 damage with that, and of course I hit him with the dagger still.
Yeah, he
So.
snarls and glares at you.
Good.
And it's his turn,
Yes.
and he will come upon you,
I don't have any more defenses.
and he will use Spectral Claws on you twice. Swing 1,
Ow.
swing 2,
Ow.
damage 1,
Oh, thank God that's low.
and damage 2.
20 cold damage. Well, there goes pretty much all my healing.
Yep.
Okay, so that takes out the temporary hit points, and 9 more, so I'm down to 24, and I'm bloodied again, and I'm slowed.
Yeah, actually, he's going to slide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's going to slide you over to there.
Okay.
And that wraps up Varsaath's turn.
I'm gonna go over here. Then I'm gonna... I can't augment anymore, so... Floop!
You hit.
Minimum damage 8 lightning.
4 lightning.
Yep.
1 billion lightning. That's half of 8. For 4 lightning.
Yes, he has taken his damage. Damage. Instinctive action turn. He's going to use it on Dahlia again this time. Gaze. 1, 2. You are dazed and -2 to attack him. He glares at you.
Let me at him!
I'll splat him!
Soraya, you're up.
3, 4, 5. Up to there.
That is difficult terrain you're moving through part of there, Gav.
Well, they're round.
Fine, yeah, that's legal, yeah.
Yeah. And then twin strike.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Action point. I'll do it again.
Fair enough.
Why haven't you marked him as your core yet?
Yes.
I have.
Oh, okay.
1 hit.
1 hit, roll damage.
Minimum.
Plus score A. So
Yay.
10,
5 damage.
30, yep.
Arrgh. He's being worn down very slowly.
Yeah, he undid a bunch of it a while ago.
Yeah.
Derek.
He doesn't have that many second winds left.
He has no second winds left.
He doesn't have that many second winds left.
Derek, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to go over here now.
Oh, good choice there, Derek.
Yay!
That'll hit.
8 damage. Dagger again.
I don't suppose you could turn that dagger into an arrow by any chance.
No.
I'm kind of working on that, but you know, I'd like to be able to launch it. I would like to be able to launch it from my crossbow. That'd be helpful.
He's... Oh,
Deal an average of 3 more damage per hit.
your positioning tasks him, Derek.
It's almost as if we're fighting one guy who can deal a lot of damage and take a lot of damage, we just spread out and surround him and do a bunch of shit to confuse him.
All right.
Fuck this guy.
It's more the fact that he knows what he's going to do to get near you now.
Yeah, he's got to take an arrow from Soraya to actually attack you.
With more damage on it.
Yes. And he can't breathe right now. Oh, actually, I should be rolling recharges for his breath weapon. God damn it.
Vision! Oh crap, he rolled it.
Actually, we'll check. Does he have to recharge his breath weapon? I forget. I forget whether Dracoliches get the recharge on it or not. I think they do, but I want to double check. Breath weapon. Yep. Okay. And therefore it's recharged.
Oh,
Correcting on this too.
He's going to breathe on Derek and Dahlia. He is at -2 to the rolls because, well, he is marked.
And
So-
I'm in cover, so that's...
Yeah. So, you'll be taking
Jesus.
21 cold and necrotic if he hits you and be weakened. Derek? He misses.
Oh, thank God.
Dahlia. Not
Yay!
Dahlia, Soraya.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
thinking that. I was trying to stay quiet.
So, Soraya, you take 21,
Alright.
21 cold and necrotic, and you are weakened. Save ends.
I'm gonna put that on it.
All right, so you reduce the damage by 8, and she gains 8 temps.
So what happens is you take 13 damage, which
Okay.
would and then the temporary
Takes you
hit
down to
points
1.
goes up
so
to...
basically, you just change your temp value to...
From 14
8.
to 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you are weakened.
Yeah, that's a ball ache.
If you want, I've got an idea, and you can hold your turn until after me.
Oh.
Dahlia, you're up. You are dazed at -2 to attack him.
All I can do is charge, right? At that length.
You can charge him, yes. Just barely.
Let me find out what my... I always have to look this up, because I never use it.
You know-
Charge! And that's, 23 versus AC.
Is that kind of
You
+1
miss.
for charging?
Oh, +1 for charging.
That is a +1 for charging.
Then you miss.
Aww. Will.
All right. Varsaath is instinctive action. He's going to try to terrify someone. Derek! Actually, no. I hate to do this. I hate to do this to you, Arclight, but the correct move is to do it to you right now. Terrifying gaze, Arclight. That's the wrong button. That was the effect. There we go. 26
Yay! Wait.
Just hits her. Oh.
No, I'm in cover. It misses.
Oh, yay!
There you go. Hooray! For you. Boo for Varsaath.
Ooh, hooray.
All right, so, Soraya, you're up.
Well, since I'm being messed with at the minute, I'll just strike him.
Oh, those are
okay.
hits.
Yeah.
They'll be quarter damage each, unfortunately. So that's...
I'll put the 6 on the 6, so that's a 12.
So it's
That's-
3 and 2, so 5 damage.
Yes.
Hey. I kind of wish I'd have taught Soraya more of the nature powers. And this image of, the earth ripping apart the undead. Fuckwit.
Roll your save.
Yeah. Yay.
You're no longer
I
weakened.
never get to use my power. All the timing on the saves is just wrong that I can't do any of this shit.
Well, on the plus side, you guys are making your saves.
Yeah. It'd be preferable to using the powers and then not rolling well anyway.
Yeah.
So instead, I will just pull my magic weapon
All right, go
because,
for it.
it'll be a +1 to this, so 32 to
That'll
hit.
That'll hit, yeah. That 31 hits.
So another 8 damage. I keep on rolling a 2 on that.
You're
Oh,
dead.
that's right. There was a +3 to damage on both of those. Shit.
All right, so
okay.
another 3.
The first one is 15. The second one,
Yeah, so it's effectively, it's another 3 damage. It's another 2 damage.
15.
No, it's another 3 damage. It works out either way. Since one was odd, one was even,
Yeah.
and the big +3 damage.
Right, I gotcha. Okay.
Nice and simple.
Yes, yes. Let's just keep it that way. And so he's done the 8 damage with the dagger, and this is working.
All right.
I'm done.
Well, it's Varsaath's turn. The breath weapon does not recharge.
Yay!
Oh God, I know what I want him to do, but I think Soraya might kill him if he does it. It's so close. All right, so instead he will use Spectral Claws on Dahlia. Oh God. Actually, no, he won't. What type of action is the gaze? I forgot. I think it's a standard. I want to double check that. This is one of those things that I have to be certain about. I don't want to jip you guys. I don't want to screw you guys inappropriately.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is a minor action. Awesome. All right, so his minor action, he is going to gaze at Soraya.
Oh, good.
Terrifying gaze. I thought it was a standard action for some reason, but it's not. 25 versus will.
That'll do it.
So he pushes you two. So you are. Hang on. Let's do the. So 1, 2. Damn it. I think he'll. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that does. The fact that he has to push her away from him means that he'll be approaching her anyway.
Oh, that's not the problem.
He's trying to get me with outside of 5.
However, Soraya is dazed. She can't use the attack.
Oh, I see.
Aww.
Okay, I got you.
He shifts 1 square. Dahlia may react shift. You'd like to.
Shift 2.
All right. He will attack twice with Spectral Claws. First attack will be on Dahlia. Dahlia?
That is a hit.
You take 10 cold damage. 1, 2. Then he'll attack Derek.
Oh, fuck your reach! Oh, you miss!
Yep, he does. Damn it! Dahlia, you're up.
Derek's just like slowly ticking away at this guy with the dagger, and he keeps on missing him. It's wonderful.
I'll walk back up to him. Oi.
Yep.
And then
Hello.
Just check everyone's.
Oh, crap. I forgot to do something on his turn. Oh, well.
Kill the fucker!
Canadian defense!
That hits.
Yay! 59 damage.
Oh, very nice.
7 lightning damage, but yeah.
Yep. Varsaath howls in pain. Well, he is going to glare at you, Derek.
Yeah, that's right. Glare at me, bitch. Ah, you missed too!
Did he? Dear Lord. Bastard. All right. But as he does it, as he's glaring at you, says, just remember, kid, what happens if you kill me now? He's looking very ragged and beaten up, as if you nearly got him killed. If you've nearly killed him.
Insight.
Go for it.
Hang on a sec. I need to find out what my insight is. I don't ever use it.
That one.
No, damn it.
Yay!
Well, honestly, he's not really trying to hide what he's saying, so all of you succeed. You get the impression that he's implying, and he seems to be telling the truth on this, that if he actually dies right now, that would have unfortunate consequences for Dahlia.
So we don't kill him.
Yeah, I know. Just saying, he's.
So what we're supposed to do? Just stand there and let him kick his ass?
Knock him out!
Remember, when
How do you knock
drop
out
him
his ghost?
When you drop someone to 0 hit points, you have a choice of making them alive or having them alive or dead.
And Derek is saying, knock him out!
Okay.
As he prepares to turn the dagger around and beat the guy with the blunt end of it.
I'm not sure how non-lethal damage on a ghost works, but
I was like, yeah, this is kind of inconvenient, but I don't know. The guy can't hit me for some reason, so...
Was it my turn? Sorry.
yes, it is your turn. Sorry.
Okay,
You are,
I
you are
will.
dazed and have -2 to attack him.
I will twin strike him non-lethally.
Aim for the wings!
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
there, only
one
one
hit.
hit.
One hit.
that'll probably drop him.
It's 5 damage. Well, you're weakened, so it's 2 damage. Oh, wait, 3 damage. There you go.
3.
Yes.
That's exactly enough. Varsaath collapses to the ground, shrieking in pain. Since you declared it non-lethal, you weren't trying to do anything silly like sever his connection to Dahlia.
Mm.
As he sort of discorporated, he said, "Ah!" And you notice as he's collapsing, you see him sort of being sucked back into Dahlia as he's sort of resisting it, trying desperately not to be sucked back in right now. But he snaps back into Dahlia, and Dahlia, you just all of a sudden, you see Dahlia sort of stiffen and then just slowly topple over backwards.
I'll get you, Tenacious D!
Dahlia, you notice after you hit the ground that you don't actually feel yourself hitting the ground. You feel it when your head hits. But it feels like you have no feeling in the rest of your body at the moment.
All right. We're just going to try and get her up. And let's go.
All right.
Oh, hey, the ghost just vanished.
To the Waystone!
So you try to get her to her feet.
Well, I'll
Derek,
see if she can. I'll see if
as
she
you
can
try
stand up.
lifting her, it's like lifting a dead body. She can't actually move.
Does she appear to be awake?
Oh, yes, her head, basically her eyes are open. She seems to be lucid, but her arms and limbs do not seem to be moving.
Oh, he will do the best he can with his measly 10 strength to try and.
Oh, you can get her up, but
Yeah.
She's
up
dead
off
weight.
the ground, but she's dead weight.
All right. Well, we're gonna try and get to the Waystone.
Yeah, so Dahlia, at the moment, you basically feel nothing. Your body is just basically, you have no feeling anywhere basically below your neck. Except that every now and then, you are hit with bouts of just intense agony and sharp pain all over your body, that, for very brief moments. And then it fades away. You feel nothing again.
All right. Now remind me of this, Peter. We are given like something that we could throw at the Waystone,
You're
right?
given a stone and a ritual, and the words to a ritual to actually to open the portal. Yes.
All right. Once we get up to here, I will either set Dahlia down or have Soraya support her or something, and I will start doing that.
Okay. You start going through the ritual. And it takes you about 10 minutes to go through because it is a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Soraya, I need you to give me a perception check.
Okay.
That's plenty good enough. Yeah, one thing I forgot to is that there were supposed to be 2 more minions I was supposed to bring in at some point, but I forgot them. And by the time I remembered, it was too late.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sorry, we're late. We went to get coffee.
Yeah. But Soraya, you all of a sudden notice a strange feeling in your feet that it feels sort of like, somewhere off in the distance, an army is slowly marching towards you.
Ah, shit.
You notice that about halfway through the ritual to open the portal.
If you can do this any faster, Derek, do it faster.
I don't know if I can safely do that.
Trust me, it's safer than what's coming.
I'm going to do an Arcana check and hope it affects something. 18.
All right, you can try to speed things if you'd like. With that,
I would rather have it be done at all
okay.
than
Then you're
rush
gonna
in
hold
and
on.
screw
You're
it
gonna
up.
hold on. All right. As the ritual's finishing up, you hear the sound of what something very large is sort of forcing its way through trees a fair distance off, You hear basically, branches snapping. You can see the sort of one of the taller trees sort of start tipping and falling over off in the distance. And as the portal opens, you can basically the ground actually is beginning to shake under all your feet to the point where you can't help but notice it.
See, now I wish I had a Hail of Doom arrow.
But the portal's open.
The portal is open, yes.
Well, we take Dahlia through
Get
then.
through that shit.
All right, you guys go through. I assume you bring the wolves too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you and the wolves sort of limp through the portal, and you collapse on the ground on the other side, exhausted. And the portal closes behind you. Basically, at this point, you basically, it's basically at this point, the adrenaline has worn off. You've been awake for 24 hours. You've been in several fights. You just had a horrific fight against Varsaath. Well, it's caught up with you guys. The wolves look like they barely can move. Well, Derek, as much as you think you probably could stagger along, both you and Soraya feeling it, you're not sure you can stagger along and carry Dahlia right now.
Right.
Mm.
We just carried her all of 50 feet.
Yeah,
So.
and that took a lot of effort out of you guys. And you still had adrenaline running at that point.
Okay.
So now you're in the Feywild, which you've been told is not a safe place to be, and can barely move.
Where the hell are they?
Okay, well, I'm going to do a quick perception just to make sure the immediate area is safe.
Okay. Right now, you do notice that there is something watching you from up in one of the trees, but it seems to be content to just sit there and watch.
Okay.
It is, looking at it, Gav, you can actually sort of make out its form. Honestly, it looks like, you're not sure exactly what it is. It's definitely an animal of some sort, but it has sort of an element of intelligence about it. And it seems to just be patiently sitting there looking at you.
It's the owl! Evil owls! Run!
What?
No one got that reference.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
it's an old Fast Show reference. Okay, yeah, I'll keep my eye on it, but yeah, I'll wait for now. I'll just tell them, get as much rest as you can.
All right. So you guys are going to sort of basically sort of sit there and just try to catch your breaths and see if you can get enough energy together to move on a little bit, I'm guessing, or something along those lines.
I guess that's the advisable thing, yeah.
You could,
We spend healing surges and shit.
yeah, you can spend healing surges. You probably want to eat something at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Break out the rations.
All right.
I'm going to, of course, be checking on Dahlia's condition as we do this.
Okay.
Since, the only reason he didn't before was because he was rushing to get us out in here.
Yep, I kind of guessed that.
Can she talk?
Oh yeah, as I said, everything above
Okay.
the neck works fine
Alright.
right now.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do a heal check
Dahlia,
to determine.
as an aside, Dahlia, for the first
Mhm.
time in a long time, you cannot sense Varsaath in any way right now. Oh, and it's like, yeah, basically your chest, you can breathe and your heart's beating, obviously, but you can't.
Yeah, it's just
feel
that like I can't feel anything, but intermittently I feel like a sharp shock.
You basically intense pain all over your body for like 3 to 5 seconds, and then it goes away.
Alright, I will do a heal check on her. Just see if I can determine if anything's wrong. 28.
Nothing seems to be physically wrong with her.
And an Arcana check, of course. 26.
There's definitely something odd going on, Derek, but you're guessing, at a guess between the two, you're guessing that the shock of Varsaath snapping back into her body that way and the level of pain Varsaath was in when he was basically nearly killed is what's causing this right now.
Hmm.
So you're not sure what you can do.
Gotta get to the Winter Court.
But
Let me know when you...
Dahlia, do you mention the pain?
Yeah, I mentioned the intermittent pain and the fact that I can't really feel Varsaath anymore.
All right, Derek, that is a good sign because that means it's not. It's definitively not a physical problem. Well, not. It's definitely not like she's like actually physically paralyzed because like nerve endings are broken
Right.
or anything like that. But she can feel something occasionally.
Rest quickly,
Well,
Derek.
Varsaath said that he was using up basically all of his power in order to summon himself in that form. The fact that we beat him that way must mean that the drain it put on him might be affecting you. So,
I've got a feeling he's been in control of Dahlia a lot longer than we think. The fact that she can't move is because he isn't powering her.
At a guess, Derek, you're guessing it's a little of A, a little B, maybe. It's not that you can't power her, but that it's her body is just not used to him not being there.
okay.
Also, that he used up a lot of fucking power doing that, and there is a connection between the two of them. But,
we need to get to the Winter Court before he can recover.
that is probably a good idea. But you've now all eaten, which you all feel a little bit better, but you're all still exhausted. You
How
made
long
sure
did-
you had. I assume you guys had found some. You have some stuff you could feed the wolves if I remember correctly. So
Right.
the wolves have eaten also. They look like they look nervous, but they also have that. They also start giving off the aura that they would like that they think they would like they could. You get the impression that they think they could move on.
All right. How long will it take us to get to the Winter Court
Walking,
normally?
a
Yeah.
few hours
Okay.
at normal walking
Uh,
pace.
I would like to try and get Dahlia up on her wolf to see if, because I mean, if the two of us try and carry her, I think that'll really slow us down.
You're certain of that.
But,
Her wolf basically sort of definitely gets in position to help her carry her.
and
And when it becomes clear that Dahlia basically really can't move, Nucky and one of the other wolves sort of take up positions on either side of her to sort of help her stay up.
all right, let's go.
All right, you guys start traveling down the path the way you think you remember. Soraya, I'm going to need a nature check to see if you can remember how to get back to the Winter Court from where you are. All of you
Now
can
is
make
not-
either a nature or you can make a nature or an intelligence check, whichever is better for you.
Now is not a good time to get lost. Oh, there we go.
Hey!
Oh, Soraya, you remember how to get back.
I found a fucking shortcut. It's right there.
That entire thing where they told us that we had to go around this path, and actually it was behind us the whole time.
Well, that was a well-timed 20. All right, so you guys sort of travel along slowly. You're moving at a better pace than you thought you might be able to move, but you are going more slowly than you were the last time you did this. As you travel, after about an hour or so, you get the impression you probably want to shift Dahlia off of her wolf and onto a different wolf,
Right.
because the wolves are like, okay, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Her wolf's like, oh god, tired.
Why is she so heavy? What's with this fucking metal all over her?
So yeah, but you're able to shift them between yourselves, and after about basically you think at the pace you're going, it'll take you about 4 hours to get to the court. After about an hour and a half, you all hear basically the sound of what sound like, actually, everyone give me a perception check, I should say.
29.
Very nice.
24.
Durr.
All right, so Dahlia, you don't notice this, probably partially because
And
you're,
partly because I'm like
Oh, God.
completely...
why? You hear, both you, Derek, you and Soraya both hear very quiet, what sound like very, very quiet people moving through the woods towards you.
I hope that's the Winter Court.
And when you round a corner in the trail you're following, you do see, in fact, a fairly large contingent of Eldritch Knights moving very quietly at very high speed, and they stop. And you see Serrana standing at the lead of them. He stops, blinks a few times, says, and he actually seems to almost sigh a sigh of relief. He says, "Oh, you made it through." Her Majesty was very worried. There are less of you than normal.
If
Yeah.
Your Majesty was so worried, she should have sent help 2 fucking hours ago.
She mobilized us as fast as we could. Our apologies.
There's going to step forward and say, Dahlia can't walk, and we haven't slept in over a day.
He looks around at the place you are and says, do you think, given that you are being chased by an undead army, that would indicate that the Draco-Lich has more power than we thought. Do you think it's safe for you to rest here for a night, or do you want to keep moving?
We can make it.
He sort of looks at you, nods, and says, it basically barks orders to everybody around him. One of them sort of looks forward, sort of walks forward. A couple of them walk forward, look over there, and sort of nod. And they look at each other, and he sort of says, "You two, go build a stretcher. It'll make it easier for the wolves. We don't have to. The 2 of us will carry her on a stretcher. Catch your breaths. We can wait a couple minutes to do that. Have you had food?
Yeah.
Good." And shortly thereafter, takes about 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range. They manage to put together a stretcher with some wood and rope and some like a bedroll that someone had. They lay Dahlia down in the stretcher, and 2 of them pick it up, and you guys start walking back to the Winter Court. And as you're walking along, Uranus sort of walks up to you, Derek, and says, "So what happened? What happened?"
He got scared that we were going to get rid of him. So he summoned an army. A way of avoiding them because they knew where Dahlia was. Held them off, tried to get away. We wouldn't have made it if... There was no way all of us were going to make it.
Uranus sort of looks at you and nods and rests a hand on your shoulder and says, "I see. When did when did she collapse? What happened?"
Right outside the gate. Varsaath knew we were going to get away anyway, so he took on a different form so he could try and stop us himself. And we beat him. But he went back into her body like he didn't have anything left, and it seems like it's like the drain on him has been transferred to her.
I see.
I just want him out of her.
Well, that is what we all want. Well, we're almost back, and Her Majesty is preparing the ritual as we speak.
All right.
And he escorts you guys along the path, and you eventually, about another 2 hours later, do arrive at the gates of the Winter Court. You are shown in with great haste. The wolves are taken off to the to the stables, and you can hear instructions being given to take care of them, make sure they make it out okay. That the wolves basically get good treatment. And you guys are taken into the palace. Dahlia is carried into the the Queen's library/laboratory, where there is a bed laid out.
Derek's walking in there too.
Very well. And the Winter Queen is standing in there, um, looks over and says, "Ah, you've made it." And by the way, Sarai, are you with them also?
Yeah, I'll carry on with them.
Okay. She says, "You've made it." And where are the other two? Oh dear.
Luck favors the bold.
Let's see. Let's get. We have to get on with this. Do you have? I assume you have the artifacts.
So let me do one thing.
Of course.
If he takes on a physical form again, I get to cut his throat.
The Winter Queen actually seems to smile at that. I don't think that will actually happen, but if it does, I you will. In fact, if you're feeling up to it, as she looks over the artifacts, and hands you the dagger. After I extract Varsaath, you should be able to see a shimmering thread between Dahlia and him. At that moment, cut it with the dagger.
Derek nods.
At which point, she basically sets up a pedestal in the middle of the room, places the orb on the orb crystal on it, and starts basically incanting a ritual over it. It starts glowing, and the glow spreads over to Dahlia, and it envelops her. Dahlia, when the glow envelops you, you actually start to feel feeling return to your body.
And do I feel Varsaath?
You can sort of hear Varsaath sort of stirring, but not entirely. Sort of basically like he's sort of waking up, like what's going on. At which point, you can sort of feel like the connection between your minds no longer exists. And as the connection is severing, you're going to say, "Wait, no, no, no!" Before silence happens. The Winter Queen then proceeds to start incanting something over the scepter, and then walks over with the scepter, taps Dahlia on the head, once over the heart, and then once on each hand and on each foot. And then she leans over, looks at you, Dahlia, and says, "This will hurt, but it will not cause any actual physical harm. Are you ready?"
I'm ready.
She nods. She incants a couple of words of power. The scepter starts to glow, and she rams it directly into Dahlia's chest. And it looks like it sort of like she's stabbing into her, except that it doesn't look like it's like physically entering. It looks like the scepter's become almost intangible as it goes in. Dahlia, you are in intense agony. I need an endurance check to cope with the pain. That's good enough. Though it hurts like a motherfucker. However you want to react to that, that's fine, but it does not cause you to pass out or anything bad happening. Beyond, if depending on what your character feels like, screaming or what have you, but that's up to you. As she holds
Yeah.
the scepter in there and she incants more, the light in the scepter starts to dim, and it turns it all of a sudden starts almost glowing evilly black. She says one more word of power, pulls it out, and you see a ghostly form, sort of a diminished, smaller form of what you saw with Varsaath when he manifested out in the forest, sort of start hovering in the air. And Derek, you can make out a very thin, silvery cord trailing between Varsaath and Dahlia.
All right. Take out the dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and without saying a word, cut it.
The cord snaps, One end of it sort of snaps back into Dahlia's body. You feel one more sort of wave of just shocking pain, but then you feel basically normal, although you are more tired than you have ever been, Dahlia. You basically barely staying, awake. Varsaath sort of screams in pain and agony, and it's sort of slowly sort of floating there and sort of he starts to chuckle a little bit. Ironically, I think I know what Khalid was talking about. If I hadn't manifested, I might have the power now to escape. Oh, so tired. He sort of slowly tries to start flapping away from you. Very slowly, but he's barely moving. What do you do, Derek? Or anybody?
I'm guessing is he actually physical?
I'm going to try and stab him with the dagger.
Give me an
I've
attack roll.
I've already got an arrow poised, just in case.
Yep. Give me an attack roll, Derek.
All right. Right. It's the wrong one. If I need to...
What? You're going to use a heroic
That's actually an 18. That's actually an 18 to hit.
You want to use heroic effort on that, by the way.
I will then.
All right. Therefore, you then hit. You stab him with a dagger right into where you think his scaly heart would be, and he shrieks in pain and agony. And you notice that he starts collapsing into the dagger. And suddenly the dagger sort of flashes black, and then just everything. The light in the room returns to normal, and the dagger just feels cold. But other than that, he seems to be gone. The Winter Queen sort of slumps backwards onto a chair she had set up behind her, and sighs. She looks extremely tired and weary. Derek? Would you be so kind as to set the dagger on that table over there? I would not recommend holding it any longer than you have to at this point.
He practically throws the dagger at the table.
It sort of tinks on the table and sort of stays there. Every now and then you can sort of see a glint of sort of black light sort of flashing within it somewhere, but beyond that, nothing. Dahlia, are you conscious?
Yes.
Can you hear him in your head?
No.
Then it's worked. That was harder than I thought. She reaches beside her, picks up the bell, and rings it. Her chamberlain walks in. She says, "Please show our guests to some rooms." She looks at you all and says, "If there's anything you wish to talk to me about, rest first, and I will speak to you in the morning, if that's all right." I'm sure you may have questions or anything, things you might wish to discuss or ask me, but I need time to recuperate, and I imagine so do you. We'll have food brought to your rooms if you would like when dinner is ready. And with that, she sort of leans back in the chair, tips her head back, and closes her eyes, and just sort of sits there quietly, breathing.
Eric's going to go over to where Dahlia is and say, "How do you feel?"
Weak but free.
Dahlia, it does feel like you could probably sit up with effort.
And I just like lean myself into a sitting position.
Okay. The Chamberlain says, if you wish to follow, we can show you to your rooms. Take as much time as you need.
Derek's not going to move if Dahlia doesn't.
And
I don't know what to
Dahlia
write.
just Dahlia just tries to stand up a little.
All right, give me an endurance check.
Floop.
All right, you feel very rubbery-legged, but you, through sheer force of will, keep yourself on your feet.
And obviously I'm standing very like wobbly, weak-kneed.
But you are able to keep yourself standing.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek's going to offer to support her.
And she takes him up on the offer and just holds her left hand on his right shoulder.
All right, and you are led off to your rooms, then, slowly. Since all of you are, well,
Knackered.
yeah, and beat up and exhausted and emotionally drained, very likely. And you're shown to your rooms. You can do what you like at this point.
Derek's going to refuse to be separated from Dahlia
That's
at
fine.
all, so...
They seem to understand that. They bring it. There's a very comfortable chair in the room that you could move next to her bed if you'd like.
Yeah.
And well, there's time before dinner is served if you guys want to do anything.
Sleep. Lots of sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So Derek, Gav, Soraya lies down and goes, "Oh God, tired."
Yeah. Pretty much.
Derek's just going to sit in the chair and pull out Kana's holy symbol and grasp it tightly in his palm.
As you're doing that, somewhere off in the distance, you can hear the wolves howling. Vaguely, almost sort of dirge-like.
It's been a really long day.
And Dahlia just slightly slowly nods.
I don't think I got anything else for that.
Okay.
Mm.
At which point, that's. I mean, I guess eventually food is served and such, but unless there's anything you guys do want to talk to the Raven Queen, not the Raven Queen, the Winter Queen about, I don't have much else, prepared.
Derek is going to say that, well, get this right. He's going to say Kana and Zilla said that they would hold off the army for as long as they could, and then they would meet back with us. I'm the only one of us who could have done the ritual to open up the portal, and I used up all of our means of contacting you. So they're not going to have any way of getting in contact with us when they get back to the Waystone. If you could send out a patrol or something, just in case they.
She nods. I will do so. In fact, she sort of smiles a little bit. Surprisingly, Uranus has actually taken a group of his knights to do just that. He seemed to figure out what you meant when you were talked to him briefly about what happened. And he asked me permission to go see if keep an eye on the portal area to see if they make it there.
Derek is got his elbow on the table and his forehead on his fist, and he kind of nods behind it.
Well, this has not been easy by any stretch of imagination. I cannot imagine this has been easy for any of you. Um, you are, of course, welcome to stay here and recuperate as long as you like. Is there anything I can do for you in the meantime?
Derek shakes his head.
Very well. With that, she sort of stands up, walks forward, and looks at you, Derek, and says, "I'm. Your sister was a very, very competent woman. There always is hope, and with someone like her, let's just say I would not completely count her out." She looks over at you, Sarai, and says, "When I think I might, I'm now going to go do some. I might have some more information about those individuals you're asking about, but I need to do a little bit more research on it before I can say anything specific. I will, when I in my spare time, I will make sure to look into that when I'm not occupied with my actual duties."
Sarai just nods.
Is there anyone you would like us to get a hold of or contact, perchance, maybe?
Is that question just directed at Soraya?
To any of you, just for saying to the
Okay.
room.
Sarai doesn't have anybody, so.
We might need to talk to your sister about something.
I will send a courier to them, see if I can arrange a meeting. Oh, there is someone here who was asking after you, a visitor. I think you'll recognize her. With that, she walks out, and Glyssa walks in. She sort of looks at all of you, walks up to you, Derek, and gives you a brief hug and says, "I'm so sorry."
When she says that, he kind of brushes off the hug. and says, I don't think my sister ever had a very good sense of direction. May take her a while to find me.
Glissa chuckles a little bit and says, yes, that... Well, as Her Majesty's always fond of saying, there's always hope. And that's something I believe in also. She sits down in a chair, one of the chairs, and breaks out her lute and sort of starts strumming slightly and says, "Well, It's been a while. Um, I was here visiting Her Majesty when I heard that you guys had gotten back and had dealt with the Dracolich.
We met up with a weird old lich during our journey.
The Lich.
Yeah.
Huh.
You mentioned you by name.
Khalid?
Yep.
Thought he was destroyed during the War of the Dead.
No. Physically, I guess.
What did he say?
No, he implied that you might know something about something we're looking for.
What would that be?
The Book of Days.
She stops mid-strum and sort of says, "Ah, that I might. That I might." If that is what you are after, I might be able to help you with that, yes. Um, hmm.
I think that may be a good, that may be a good fade out point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I think that is where we're going to end. Uh, Sort of effectively, end of, season one. Uh, we may or may not pick this up again at some point. I don't know. We will figure that out. I just want to say to anybody who's listening to the recording and to people who are watching us on the stream, thank you so much for watching and all the contributions everybody's made. We really appreciate it. You guys have all helped make this campaign come more to life, and it's been really fun.
Thank you, everyone. You're
You know,
amazing.
Thank you, guys.
And I want to say, I personally want to thank all the players, all you guys, Nick, Liam, Gav, Chris, and Scott, for making this an awesome game. It would not have been the same game without you guys, and I really appreciate that.
I
Thank you
feel
for
that
the campaign.
I feel that this is actually a very depressing season finale. So my proposal is that we take Derek and Dahlia and have them do the final scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they just kiss on the balcony.
Sweet.
That way
Awesome.
we can just, yeah.
That is the final scene. Is eventually
We don't even have to play it out because there's no dialogue during
Right.
that scene.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll end with that. After sort of Glissa says that, and there's a brief sort of quiet montage of talking, and then the two of you meeting up on the balcony for that. Yes.
And then they kiss.
And then
Are you sure it doesn't cut to black just before they do?
No, it does not.
But for realsies.
Just to taunt the chat one more time.
But yeah, thanks for watching,
See,
guys.
so now it hits actually a lot of the same beats because there was that one scene where you don't know if they kissed or not. And then later on, there's the whole very important information, which doesn't get revealed because they wanted to hold on to it. And then there's the kiss at the end. See, this was obviously all intentional the entire time.
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah, come
Yep,
on, man.
that's right. So again, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If we do another campaign or restart this, you can. I will definitely post about it on my Twitter, which is @MechaGM. You'll and such. You can. Thanks again for watching, guys, and take care.
This is not the end.
Bye,
There's
guys.
only another beginning. Goodbye.
Bye.